Hi everyone, James T. Clement coming to you with another episode of my wondrous and spectacular reaction and review show. So, a little bit about me. I have been a narrative filmmaker for 38 years, so when it came time to do this show, I thought that that would be a good way to apply what I say to all this stuff as I watch it. So what I do is I go through and react to films. I also maybe give a little bit of a review of it when I am done with it. You've seen this on other channels, no doubt. But where we set ourselves apart is that the only films I am willing to do this for are independent films. So filmmakers like myself who do not work within the Hollywood system and that get no support from YouTube at all either. So the goal of this show is to try to put some eyes on these very, very talented people's work. And I got to tell you, I've been hearing a lot of people that have these pop culture channels and stuff where they talk about everything going on in Hollywood and whatnot and how terrible it is and how this is bad, and I will agree that it is getting extremely old, the remakes, the reboots, and all the rest of it. I really want it to be like it was in the 80s and 90s again, but that's just not going to be the case as long as Hollywood are the people that we're paying attention to. So why don't we pay attention to these filmmakers here? They work really hard, they bust their butts, and they come up with stuff that they're very passionate about, and hopefully you can find some joy in it. Okay, so that's what we do on this channel. Real quick also, just selfless plug, we are in the middle of doing our crowdfunding campaign for our new SCP-related film, SCP Breach. It is intended as a direct sequel to our first foray into the SCP universe, scpketer, and I would like to ask you to go to our channel when you're done watching this video to check out scpketer, and there will be details down in the description on how you can get in on the crowdfunding campaign. We've really cooked up a very, very powerful story, lots of action, lots of excitement, and we hope that you guys can come on board and support it. Joining me today for this episode is going to be Cheney. How you doing, buddy? What's up? All right, so Cheney's going to be working the mouse today for me. So what are we talking about today? What movie are we doing? We're doing a movie called Leftovers. It is a zombie movie that is made by a director named PaulMoore, and the channel is IndieFilmProducer. So go check out IndieFilmProducer, give them a subscribe, and check out their work. I'm getting the impression just at a glance that this is a little bit of a series maybe, so I'll have to go back and double check all that when all is said and done. But for right now, we are going to get into Leftovers and just check it out. So why don't we do that right now? The setting that this is taking place on looks like a place I actually wish I lived. I'd love to have a farm out there. Is that Corvette barking again? We've got cats running around the neighborhood, and Corvette loves to bark at them, so he's out there doing that right now. Just bear with him. He just wants to be a part of the show if he's not a part of the show. Okay, so far everything's looking pretty good. The compositions look pretty good. Depth of field is being used very sparingly. That's fine.
That's enough for now.
The lighting is relatively even, but that's the type of movie that we're going for here. For right now, anyway. It may get more contrasty as it goes and we get into the zombie stuff.
Mr. Mayhem.
Yeah, I'd love to live on a farm, guys. You know, the barn that showed up in Keter was actually a childhood property of our family's. It was my grandmother's barn, and it's the last piece of property still standing on her land out there. I've talked to the guy that owns it, the land. He said he'd sell me the barn. I could just take it out of there and set it up somewhere if I want to, but I don't have any land to do that on right now, so hopefully a tree won't fall through it before I can get that done. So some movies, they just jump right into the action, and then you got some that are a little bit of a slow boil, like this one. Hopefully, the action, when it does get going, it will justify the setup for this. That's kind of ideally what you want to see as a filmmaker. The color palette looks decent. Trees are nice and green, and the whole 9 yards. Alright, what are we doing here? What is she doing? Because that didn't look like it was a garden. That didn't look like... So this movie lasts just under 17 minutes. We're roughly 2.5 minutes in so far. And we don't really get a sense of what's in store for us at this stage in the film. I would have liked to have seen some hints of some kind, like maybe a radio broadcast that got turned off in the middle of it or something. But that's okay. It's no big deal. I haven't really heard any music yet either, so far we don't. Music is usually almost the most important thing. It serves as the backbone of the film, gives it its voice. I've seen really great films that were just destroyed by a bad soundtrack, and I've seen really bad films that were saved by a good one. Okay, gross. Egg salad. Terrible. Alright, let's get going here. A little bit off to a slow, a little bit too slow of a start here. But it looks like we're about to get underway here. Oh my, she's grabbing a gun. So maybe this is already a world where the zombies have already risen. We might not be watching something about an outbreak. We might be watching something about somebody surviving in the zombie apocalypse. Wonder where she is going. I mean, she must be going somewhere if she grabbed her gun. Maybe into town. Those roosters and chickens better be alive when she gets back. I'm going to be so mad if zombies come along and eat them. What the? Okay, maybe going up on the roof to do some target practice maybe, or something like that. I'm not really sure what we're doing here. Right now I'm just trying to follow along. She's definitely looking for something. Oh my. Ooh la la. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Oh God, egg sandwich. Ugh, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. Ugh. I hate egg sandwiches. Alright. These zombies look like they actually can move half decent, actually. They don't seem like they're really being affected too much by decay, I mean, or muscle loss or anything like that. They're actually relatively walking pretty good for a zombie standard. Yeah, absolutely. Alright, so I don't know. It seems to me if I was in this situation, you know, after watching Walking Dead for many, many years, it seems like probably the best thing for something like this is not to go out and start shooting. Is that a 22 or something? Come on. I think she's shooting, it sounds like she's shooting a 22. So, I mean, I guess if you got to shoot a gun, that's the best one to shoot. It's not super loud, because that's going to be the problem with zombies, and noise is pulling them in and whatnot. Alright, so what do you do with the zombies on your property after you shoot them? Did she kill one of her chickens? I liked my chickens. Just kidding. So I think as I'm watching this, this is going to be another film. We saw one a couple of weeks ago that was like this. It was the Siren Head movie, I believe, where we had basically the singular character. And that's fine. It was able to tell the story just like this. But that being said, if you have another character in there, it's much easier to get the audience on board with what you're trying to do in the moment. Anytime you have something like this where it's just one character, it could take a lot longer to get to the punchline.
That's what I thought.
All right. I'm gonna try it. Another egg sandwich. Well, I mean, she's got chicken, so she's got an unlimited supply of eggs, really, if you think about it. So, looks like we're just the life and timesing of somebody surviving in the zombie apocalypse right now, is what it looks like, because I'm assuming, back on the roof the following day. She's doing pretty good as far as the setup, you know. She's got her little farm, she's got her some chickens, she's got her little 22, some binoculars. She's in okay shape. Okay, these may be survivors. I mean, that could go south or north for you, man. They could come and take everything that you got and kill you, or they could become like family within a very short period of time, and you all rely on each other. You just never really know how this sort of thing's going to go. But she doesn't look like she's going to be asking any questions. She looks like she's just going to try to take them out. There are children in that group, though. I would assume it might be okay to talk to these people, though. You know what I mean? I might give them a chance. Oh no. Maybe she's shooting at the zombies that are chasing them, maybe? I thought it was just a big group of survivors. Well, don't just stand there. Save the girl, you idiot. Alright, this is well done. I want to see this girl saved. This is very well done. Okay, well, she definitely added them to her group. So let's see who all we got here. She's gonna run out of chickens if she ain't careful.
Dear Lord,
It's her.
thank you for this bounty before us. And thank you for delivering your wayward flock to this, your table. May we enjoy your plentiful gifts here within the safety of these walls.
These
I know
people
your love
might
in
be
these trying
wishing
times.
they were still on the road
Yours is the
here in
kingdom
very
forever
short
and
order.
ever.
Because now that I'm hearing her speak and getting a feel for her, it feels like there's something off about this woman. But she did save 3 people, so
I guess you all
credit
like
where it's
fried
due.
chicken.
Claire, we've been living off of canned goods and roadkill.
Oh, okay, she knows these people then. Okay,
Nothing
never
left
mind then. Probably everything's okay.
They were everywhere. I know. I ran out of gas near Pomeroy. Tried to fill a gas can and get it running. Barely made it back here alive.
You have a car?
A truck.
Wait, does?
And no, I don't have it anymore.
Does?
I left
I guess
it
she
over
don't
at
know
7.
these people then.
Cincinnati is worse. There's millions of them up there. There were 20 of us when we left.
Thanks for the food. It's delicious.
You're welcome. 20.
Yeah. We lost most of our group in Athens. First we ran out of gas. Then we ran out of bullets.
Let me just say this. I've seen videos on YouTube like how to survive the nuclear blast, if you will. I don't want to survive a nuclear blast. This is not a world I want to live in. There's nothing to live for in this world except living, and that's just not enough to me.
Eat up. You've come a long ways, and I'd hate for all this food to go to waste.
It'd be interesting to see if she's poisoned them here or something with this food. I don't know, there's something about this woman I don't trust. I'm not going to lie, there's something about her I don't trust.
I'm just thankful to see another living soul.
Amen to that.
Or maybe she's just gone crazy being by herself. That's possible too. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on. I mean, the acting is fantastic. that's the point. It's really well put together. I mean, the acting is really well done, because I've got all kinds of impressions coming. The one narrative failure I would say that happened is it wasn't very clear whether she knew these people or not when they first came in. Like, there was a moment where it seemed like they did know her, then they didn't. That might have been able to be handled a little bit better from a narrative standpoint. Not the end of the world, because we finally got where we needed to be anyway, but
Now I just could.
well, this lady's set.
Besides, it's all I really know.
She must have a generator or
Maybe around
something
that
somewhere on
rifle.
this property.
Somebody could teach you that.
No. That was my husband. Mac was quite the hunter.
Is your husband?
I'm going on a limb and say she lost her husband.
He and my son got caught out there
All right, so this.
in the field.
Oh, that
I
poor
lost both
woman.
my boys in one terrible day.
Claire, I'm sorry.
It's rough. That's why I don't want to survive the zombie apocalypse, man.
We've lost so much, all of us. It's best not to dwell.
That shot right there, I think, should have been composed with something in the background instead of just the wall, because that makes it look a little bit flat.
I am planning
You
to
can't
do
really
breakfast
make out what
tomorrow.
you're trying to do depth of field wise. That little door frame back
It's been a
there,
while
if that had
since
been in
I've
the
been
background, that'd been
Green
better.
Mountains. Your family's been through a lot. It's time for you all to rest.
Thank you, Claire, for everything.
I don't know, man. There's still something about
My
this
mother
Claire
used to
girl
say,
I don't
The
trust.
Lord works in strange ways.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
Provides.
like I said, it might just be her isolation and the fact that she's like I said, the acting's really reaches out and makes you think stuff. So that's really well done. What I'd like to know is how far into the apocalypse we are at this point. That would be good to know. All right, so is she smiling because she's happy, or is she smiling because she got away with something? I could never carry plates like that. They would so get dropped. Oh, wait. You know what? Oh, I get it. Yeah, her husband and her son are in the basement. That must be what it is about her that felt off. I'm telling you guys, something felt off about this chick.
I made you some hash browns with onions.
Paul, that is
was
some
rude.
fantastic acting with your actors that you've got there. Great direction, man. I'm impressed, because I picked up on it, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it.
You
So
don't want
fantastic work. I love
Some
it.
meat. You just eat your meat.
She's definitely clocked out.
You too.
Like I said, I knew something was off about her. Now we know. She keeps zombie pets in the basement.
Hungry mouths.
It's hard to judge somebody in this situation. I don't know what that world would be like. Like, I know I'm married to a wonderful woman I love to death, and if we had a zombie apocalypse and she got et, I don't think that would go so well for me. What in the world is that? So what happened to her guests? Were those severed heads? Well, maybe the heads of the... I have questions. Paul, I have questions, man. They're all narrative. Look, very well done. Very well done. It was a very slow start. That I won't lie about. It was a very slow start. But once we got cooking, I was feeling it. That's really great. Your actors did a fantastic job. Your crew did a fantastic. Everything looked fantastic. Sounded good. I really appreciate the acting in this. It was very well done. I mean, I knew that Claire, that's the main character there was something not right about that woman, and I knew it pretty early on. I just couldn't put my finger on it. And then we finally got the reveal there at the very end. So that was very cool, Paul. Very good. Like I said, from a narrative standpoint, I would have liked to have I understand why she's by herself, because narratively speaking, that is important. But a little bit more clarity when she first met that group, because it was a little bit confusing at first. It was almost like, okay, does she know them? Does she not know them? They know her name? Do they? You know, it was a little bit weird. And then the only other thing that I would say that I would have done differently is, we mentioned this when the video was going on. It was that close up of Claire, and it was just the white wall behind her. And I think it would have been better if there was some kind of texture back there to make that play off a little bit better. That one shot looked a little bit funky. As far as the lighting, you know, you were going for a mix, it looked like. But again, the big thing that I'm impressed with was the acting. Your actors, especially the lady that played Claire, she is chilling in a lot of ways, if you can read between the lines. Okay, scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, and 10 being that I won the jackpot for the Powerball. I'm going to give this a 7.5, guys. Nice and solid score. I will definitely check out more of your work, Paul. We appreciate you putting this out there. Guys, seriously, go check out IndieFilmProducer. That's the name of the channel. Go check them out. Give them a subscribe. Check out their work. Comment, like, all the rest of it. Just like with everybody that I highlight on this show, I'd like our community to come together and really get behind these people and push them and do something fantastic. So, well, that's pretty much it for this episode, though. Just a quick reminder, like I said, we are in the middle of our SCP Breach crowdfunder. Details are going to be down in the description if you'd like to be a part of that. I think I need to actually do a video about SCP Breach so I can show you guys what we're trying to do. So we might end up doing that just while we're at it, shooting some stuff here. But yeah, that was leftovers, and or leftovers. If there's any more to it, if there's more parts of it, I'm going to check that out as we go. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I was entertained. Like I said, that first couple of minutes was a little bit slow. Once we got past that, it made a lot of sense. So anyway, for right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is James T. Clement wishing you all adieu.